Good morning, everybody. Jim Feist and Hank Goldberg in Las Vegas. Hank, we got some conference tournament games right here in Vegas. We've got a bunch of little ones going around the country. And got to say to you that on Saturday you had a monster day.
I did. In fact, on the CBS show, I went 6 for 6. So that was a pretty good day for me. And they weren't easy games that I picked either. I had Virginia, and I had West Virginia. I had Duke and the over. I think I said on the show Friday that Coach K had his jacket off the other night, so he was coaching up, and he put in his own defense and getting everybody involved, and it had a big impact against North Carolina, who had been averaging 90 points a game in their last 3 games. And Duke's defense did well against them, and they were driving the ball to the basket better. Watch out for Duke now. Coach K's coaching them up.
Yeah, Duke has a great offense. If they play defense, they're going to be really tough to beat.
Yeah. Virginia's playing very well now, too. So, Tony Bennett's defense is tough to play against. And that was another game that I picked. I picked them against Louisville. Louisville hasn't been good on the road lately. And they're hurting a little bit. Not hurting physically, just not they're now 3-4 their last 7 games.
Yeah, they're a little off their feed right now. We had some great games right here in Las Vegas. That Utah State San Diego State game was amazing.
San Diego State lost their number 1 seed, which is oddly enough going to work to their advantage because had they been a number 1 seed, they would have had to have gone to East to play. But now that they are a 2 seed, they get to stay out west and play their game in California. So that'll be a big advantage for them travel-wise and competition-wise. That's
right. I had heard that, and it's incredible. By losing, they actually gained an advantage. Very interesting. Any thoughts on the West Coast Conference games we have here in Las Vegas tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Oh, you are? Great.
Yeah, well, ESPN is doing the game, and Bob Wischusen, who his first job out of college was working for me, and he's doing the play-by-play. So I want to go see Bob, and that'll be actually he's doing a game tonight, and he's doing a game tomorrow night too. So that'll be fun. Yeah. And that's a good game, Gonzaga against San Francisco. San Francisco playing pretty well right now, and Gonzaga's a heavy favorite in that game.
12.5.
San Francisco's playing pretty well and could give them a ball game.
How about the second game, St. Mary's BYU? Will you see that one also?
No, I'll probably leave after the first game. Although I'll watch that when I get home. But I'll tell you, that's a good game. BYU is very well coached, and St. Mary's has been playing decently lately. That'll be a good game too. It's a great doubleheader.
It really is. I'm excited about that, and I do a lot of in-game betting, so I'll be watching all these games all day for the most. Well, not all day because they all start late today, but we got the Mid-American Conference starts. They're the bottom teams on the card are at home. They actually play home games in this conference. And when you're looking at your schedule, Ohio, Buffalo, Toledo, and Kent are all at home, and they're all favored. So I mean that's we've got some neutral sites and other sites where they actually play at their home. The Horizon plays in Indianapolis at the Farmers Coliseum. And they start off tonight, and then you got the Summit or the Summit the Summits up in where the hell are they? They're in South Dakota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and
that was a game yesterday where South Dakota got beat by North Dakota State. That was kind of an upset.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, a lot of people wanted to bet on South Dakota in that game, and they lost their money. Anyway, that's the XFL this past weekend. You have any luck with that? I did okay, not great. And then how was the horses this weekend?
Horses were very good. We gave out people who followed us on your service did well. We gave out the Exacta and the horse that we liked. We gave out, and the Gotham ran second, and the Exacta came back pretty good. I think it was $40.
That's a good price.
And then in the race at Santa Anita, we had that Exacta too. John Sheriff's horse, who we liked, ran second to the Big Baffert horse, and so that was a very good race. The Baffert horse is a beast. He ran he won wire to wire, and the Sheriff's horse. Sheriff's is a good trainer, and Baffert's other horse ran third. A lot of people thought Baffert's horses would run first and second, and that Exacta came back around $9, which wasn't bad for $1. So we gave out both of those, and so there was an upset in the big cap, but we didn't have that winner. We ran second in the big cap, but that's okay. We did well.
That's great. That's great. Yesterday it was a big game in the NBA where the Lakers were able to beat the Clippers for the first time this year. And there was LeBron is playing great basketball right now. I mean, he's 17 years, 17th year in the season or in his career in the league. He's an amazing athlete, that's for sure.
He's on a mission.
Yeah, he is. He's on a mission.
You know, it's what's going to be an interesting week this week is the Big Ten tournament. There are 10 teams in the Big Ten who are supposedly going to go on to the big tournament. I watched the end of the Illinois game yesterday. Well, first of all, Michigan State. Michigan State is playing great right now. They crushed Ohio State. It was a home game for Michigan State, but Izzo really has them playing well now. And they look to me like the best team in that conference. I'll tell you, Illinois played another lousy game yesterday. They had a 20-point lead and blew it, and just hung on to win by a point, which was not good for people who had given the 3.5. They are a very poor investment right now, and I mean they just they're badly coached, I think, and they just got a bunch of quitters on that team.
Wow, that's amazing. I've seen so much of that this year with these teams get these big leads and just give it up. It just continually happens. Fundamentals are different, that's for sure. We have some good tournaments starting tomorrow, as you mentioned. The Atlantic Coast, Pittsburgh at Wake, or not at Wake, but playing Wake, North Carolina and Virginia Tech. We got this is a great week. Conference tournaments are very exciting. These kids have a lot to play for. They're always emotionally involved in the games. They want to really, put their stamp on it. Some of these kids are playing, their last games ever in college because not everybody goes to the NBA, and so these are very big games for them. It's going to be an interesting.
Well, one of the games I picked on Saturday was Kentucky, and they came back and won, coming off a loss. They were tough off a loss, and they're in the Southeast Conference. But the ACC is not as good as it used to be. It's not as deep. And like I said, Virginia's playing well right now. Florida State is playing superbly well. They're a very tough team to prepare for because of their defense as well. And Duke is going to be tough. North Carolina is not the North Carolina of old.
No, they're not.
And the bottom teams are not that good. The Big East is, I'm anxious to see what Villanova does. Creighton continues to play well. They beat Seton Hall pretty good over the weekend. Seton Hall is kind of in a little bit of a slump, and yet there are a lot of experts who are handicapping that tournament who think that Seton Hall will bounce back. I think Creighton has a good chance to win that conference tournament the way they're playing right now. St. John's has come to life suddenly. They won a little bit of an upset over the weekend. They've had a couple of straight wins. They're shooting the ball well. They're shooting the threes. So the Big East tournament will be pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah, it definitely will. And most of the people, the big tournaments are this week, most of the fans out there that follow basketball know these teams a lot better than the ones we had last week, which is more the mid-majors. And I'm sure the ratings will be great. I mean, unfortunately, today, I don't know if everybody's followed it, but there was a minor earthquake in Northern California off the coast of San Francisco, and then we had the stock market has crashed this morning because of the oil prices, and so the coronavirus, of course, is causing a lot of panic around the world. So there's a lot of issues right now, other than basketball, that people are probably concerned with. But we hope it all turns out well, and usually things will go down and then they'll bounce back. But the market actually stopped trading this morning for a while, Hank.
Well, it's pretty scary what's going on with the market. If you've got 401ks, people are really panicking. Although, as bad as the market is, it still hasn't gone below what the high was, but it's going there. And the tennis tournament at Indian Wells, which has always been one of the top 10 events of the year in this country, was canceled because there was a case of the virus in that county. And so they were supposed to play this week, starting this week, and they had the top players in the world, Serena and Nadal, and they said no. There was an exhibition was supposed to be played tomorrow night, and that for charity, and they had to cancel that.
Wow!
And that's big news in the tennis business. 450,000 people attend that event every year.
Oh wow! I didn't even know that. That's incredible.
It's a major.
Yeah.
It's like a fifth major.
Yeah, it's a shame, but we. Wow, I don't know. You don't know where this thing is going. I saw where Italy basically quarantined like 16 million people, which is about 25% of their whole population. It's a scary time. It really is. We hope for the best for all those people and for all of us in this world. With we enjoy our basketball, we enjoy our sports, but the bigger picture is not pretty right now. Anyway, Hank, let's have a good couple days, and hopefully the world starts to straighten itself out. We'll talk to you Wednesday.
Well, I don't look for anything soon. That's for sure.
Yeah,
despite what the White House is telling you, this thing ain't going away fast.
I agree with that 100%, 1,000%. Just go with the science. Whatever the science says, it's probably going to be right. Hank, we'll talk soon.
All right, let's have a good week, Jim. Thank you.
You too, buddy. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody. Ominous things going on in the world. We hope, we are living in interesting times, that's for sure. We hope for the best for everybody out there. Hope nobody gets sick. And, we get do the right things. But just be safe. And stay off cruise ships. I thought that was a good announcement. Stay off the cruise ships. Not only is it all like an incubator for the virus, if you're locked on a cruise ship for a couple of weeks with people that are sick. Airplanes are also a little scary, but I guess not as scary. And just be safe. Wash your hands. Stay away from crowds. And we'll talk soon. We'll talk on Wednesday. Thanks, guys.